in the morning when they just wake up. You know what they do, the motherfuckers, is the torture. You know, they keep torturing my ears and my nose, and I still hear this clicking sounds on my ears and my nose out of this torture. You know. Uh, what should I tell you? It's horrible torture in the morning. Like when you hear the clicking and stuff like frost in the head. So it's horrible torture in the morning. This is my morning. This is my. This is how the day starts basically today. By the punks of the fucking police. The Norwegian ones, of course, not not anyone. So, horrible torture in the morning. Horrible torture in the morning. These directed energy weapons is just another type of torture. Especially the ones that it's more like ticklish my head, basically. And then you hear thrust into the nose and the ears and stuff. It's horrible torture. It's horrible torture. That's directed energy weapons. That's not senators or infection or something. But yeah, horrible torture. Horrible torture on my head. Trying to make it look like trying to make it look like that's of course with the anger inducing. That's not just this. It's not just frosting and everything. It's frosting and all of these sounds plus the anger that it's induced. That's the main thing. That's to wake somebody up in the morning having a shit day. It's just like that. The first thing that when they open their eyes, what you do, you torture them, so that the person will be more like the person will be remember all of the bullshit that he has been through. Now of course I got this torture, and I get the threat that this will be until 30 and 35 until 40 until 45, like this targeted. So the Norwegians are trying to scare me off, not not talking, basically, but so so the Norwegians trying to silence me, basically, but they can keep trying. But as long as they torture me, so there will not be any silence in this situation. So yeah, that's my day. That's the morning I'm having today. Looks like it's gonna be a rough weekend of torture and harassment and all of that bullshit. It looks like that. I'm still trying to flee to. I think Iran will be my best option now. I think so. And I think it will be my best option. Either this or Russia. Where the punks of the Norwegian police don't get access to the country. That's the best country to be at. That is the best country to be at. And again, if I did travel to Iran or Russia and something happened to me in there, well, it's all on the Norwegians, because without the torture and without the harassment and without all of this, I would have been with my family members, staying, relaxing, maybe doing some job or doing some, you know. So if I went to Iran or Russia and something happened to me there, well, it's all on the Norwegians, you know, because if they haven't tortured me and did all of that to me, well, I wouldn't end up in there. You know, I would have ended up in, you know, with my family or just somewhere, you know, somewhere safe and, you know. But it all comes down to this, you know, if something happened to me there in Iran or Russia, well, it's because of the Norwegians, you know. The Norwegians, you know, they are the ones who is putting my life deliberately in danger, you know. So if I'm staying here in the safety and everything, my life is still in danger. So it's better, what should I tell you? I should just go to a different country where I can feel safe out of the harassment and torture and directed energy weapon. But if something happened to me there, well, it's still the Norwegians, you know. Because if it's not them, I wouldn't have ended up there. So they are murderers in all the ways, you know. They are murderers. There was this thing, you know. But there's one more thing I also remember, which is, you know, at some point the Norwegians trying to put me into blackmailing situation. Like they try to blackmail me about my own personal wrongdoings. You know, I'm not an angel, as I said before. I'm not an angel, but they're trying to blackmail me about my own wrongdoings, which is personal. It's not against the law, not against anything, but it's personal things, you know. So they do try to blackmail me with this stuff that they know about me, you know, so that I'll be silent. Well, for me, I don't expect any less of a murderer, you know. When you are dealing with a murder or a group of murderers, well, you know somehow, okay, what to expect, you know. You're expecting somebody who's a murderer, you know. So you have to deal with them as a murderers. You don't have, it's not about dealing with them as police or something. Those people has killed people before, so they are murderers to me, and I think to anybody who's been targeted by them, you know. So how do you deal with a murder? What do you expect from a murderer? Well, expect he will murder you, he will blackmail you to not talk, you know, victimize you, or try to at least, you know. But I'm sorry to tell you that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You know, if they wanna be murderer, oh, not on me. They can go be murderers, something else, on somebody else, but not on me. It's not going to happen. So, oh, and I'm saying, of course, I'm not telling you that because they are murderers and they cannot murder me or not on me, you know. I'm not gonna do anything. Basically, all what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say what's going to happen, what happened with me, what's going to happen with me. That's what I'm gonna explain, you know. That's all I need to do. I don't need to do much, basically, you know. So that if I die, well, somebody out there in this world will just know that the Norwegian government and the Norwegian police, well, they pay money to murder people. Imagine that shit. Imagine that shit. When I tell you it's the government, just as a Saudi, you know, but the Saudi were more, didn't have advanced technology. So they are more like the Saudi, you know, a murderer. You know, every system or every regime with money is a murderer in a covert way, you know. Apparently that's what I didn't notice. But maybe, you know, Switzerland is the only country in the world that, you know, has the money and the power, but not murdering people. I guess, I don't know. So yeah, so yeah, they made my life, they made my day in the morning as shit as possible. Well, thank you very much. Well, I'm gonna make yours shit too, you know. So that's how it works. So watch out for the murders of the Norwegian police and the Norwegian government, you know. They are always looking for a new kill so that they can make more money. They are always looking to you know, test the weapons and test everything on us, you know. And for them, an immigrant, of course, is like, you know, um, guinea pigs. That's of course that can be used as a guinea pig, you know, because he's an immigrant. They wouldn't have done that to somebody else. But what should I tell you? You know, when you have an 18, 19 years of age kid in your country, and you start testing your weapons on him to make him do certain things, well, you have caused the evilness. Even though I didn't commit any crime at that time. So you could just tell, you know, you could tell what has happened with me, you know. But again, you know, an immigrant, if you're an immigrant in Norway and young, well, take care of yourself. You know, because apparently the Norwegian police will murder, oh, not murder at the beginning, of course, but they will torture and, you know, everything to test, to experiment on you, and then later on try to murder you in total silence. So don't be silenced, bro. Don't be silenced. Hold them accountable.